package of something I got on eBay, and I just wanted to share this with you and just go over a little bit about what it is, because it is car related and it's pretty damn cool. So I'm going to move this over to my table in my showroom, and I'm going to unbox it and I'm going to show you guys. Alright guys, we're back. This item that I got here on eBay, I actually bought one recently, and it showed up and it actually had defects in it. Okay, and it pissed me off enough that I contacted the seller and he actually took it off. It actually had paint defects. It just bothered the hell out of me. So I went on eBay and there was a bunch of these on there, and I emailed every single seller saying, please inspect and give me an honest opinion. Is the paint defective at all anywhere on it? I just want to know. It's not even the money thing, it's just the fact that I want to have it on display in my showroom with a couple of other ones and everything else that I have here. I wanted it to be perfect. That's just, you know, my high level of standard that I have. So this guy, where is this guy? He's in Kansas City, Missouri. Bruce Kramer, okay? He wrote me back, he says, hey man, it's perfect. Somebody else asked me the same question, and it was an auction, so I stayed up late and I made sure I won the bid on it. And I'm unboxing this right now, and of course we get these styrofoam peanuts, which I hate, but I'm at work right now, and I have about 8 other boxes that got delivered downstairs, but to be honest with you, this is the only one that I was actually excited to open. So all my work-related stuff is going to have to wait, because you know, my first passion in life is cars, and that's just where it is. All right, hold on a second. Why? All right, this is crazy. I don't know what's in both of these boxes. I know one item that I won. He sent me an email saying he put an extra something special in the box. I don't know what he was meaning by that. I don't know if it was a decal, a t-shirt, or something else, but let's go through here, and I'm going to show you guys what we got. Okay, so this, yeah, okay, this is the one that I bid on. I'll throw a screenshot up right now in the video. You guys can see what I bid on here. And I'm gonna move the camera over onto the table in a minute. And this is a Jerry Titus Shelby GT350R exact replica from Exact Details. These were made over about 20 years ago. And Jerry Titus was a famous race car driver for Carroll Shelby. And let me see if it has a little bit of a story here. It should. If you don't know who he is, you can look him up. But this is serial number, VIN number SFM5R001. One of the most well-known of all Shelby GT350 race cars, was actually the second R model to be completed by the Shelby crew under the watchful eye of Chuck Cantwell. The numbering mix-up arose when it was decided to sell the car, and the mechanic who installed the VIN plates at the end of the 65 model year eventually switched them back. Okay? It says, it may have been mistakenly numbered as the first GT350 race car, but there was definitely no mistaking the outstanding efforts of sports car graphic editor Jerry Titus, an accomplished driver in his own right, who actually did make the car #1 when he drove it to the SCCA B Production National Championship at Daytona in 1965. Among other tracks, the car was raced at Goleta Airport in Santa Barbara, California in September of '65, where it finished 5th overall and racked up the 1st in the BP production class. The car was eventually sold to its private owner as a used race car, and it just gives you a little bit of history of this, but this is pretty cool. So let me open this up and I'll show you guys. And I just hope that the paint is as described. Okay, so it gives you a certificate of authenticity here. This is model number 2106 of 2800R models that were produced. Okay, here's the little, it gives you like tissue paper. And here is my winning bid. Okay, this is pretty cool. It's got the plexiglass vented rear window. It's got the quarter window closeouts. It's got the driver's side only duct. I mean, it's just super, super highly detailed. I mean, this is really, really awesome. I'm looking at the paint right now, and it looks outstanding. It looks outstanding. I don't see any flaws anywhere on this. So we'll open up the hood. There is the 289 K code. You know, if you guys can see that, super highly detailed. It's got the R driver's side seat. It's got a standard 65 Mustang passenger seat. It's got the R pack gauges, the R door panels. I mean, this is a really cool model. And I'm going to discuss why I've been eyeing these up lately in a couple of minutes. So let me see this other box that Bruce Kramer decided to send me. I mean, let me see. There's nothing else in this box. I don't feel a t-shirt. I don't feel an envelope. Hold on. All right, wait a minute. Rick Kopech, S6 wire 1965 GT Shelby R model. You gotta be kidding me. Wait a minute. This thing looks brand new. You gotta be kidding me. This guy sent me an extra one? Holy shit. Wow. This is cool. Oh, this is really cool. Guys, look at the paint scheme on this. The large black stripe with the gold outline. Oh my God. I was not expecting this, guys. After the day that I had this morning with my other car blowing up and getting towed, I was actually looking forward to getting this today, but this I had no idea was going to be in the box. Wow. I'm going to move this over on the table for a minute, and I'm going to just give you a little discussion about some of this stuff as far as why I was looking at them. All right, guys, I just cleaned everything up, and we're back on, believe it or not, I have a Ferrari coffee table that I custom made, but we're not going to get into that now. On the table, I also have a die cast of one of my favorite race cars ever, the Ferrari 250 GTO. This thing is absolutely outstanding. It's a work of art, huge inspiration. And I can't believe this because today I have my Shelby Mustang 50 Years officially licensed book out, and I have it cracked open on page 72. And on page 72 is card number 98, which is this car here, okay? BP number 98. Now, I don't know when this book was printed, but most likely somewhere along the life of this vehicle, the paint scheme must have been changed, and this probably is the original version of it. And then this is the Jerry Titus one. This is the one that I actually originally won the auction for. I'm actually going to send the eBay seller a really cool message. I mean, he totally made my day today. I was not expecting him to put another one of these, especially a special one like this, in the box today. You know, I just won the bid for one car. It didn't say two cars, and I put a screenshot of the auction just to show you guys. I'm not making this stuff up, but I think he realizes. You know, we chatted a bunch of times back and forth, and I told him who I was and my background, and of course my screen name on eBay is Shelby Collector or whatever. So he kind of took it into his own consideration to be a really awesome guy. And I tell you, man, there's definitely some cool people out there in this world. And I think this guy, I was having a really bad day today, the way the morning started. And I don't know, man, this is just really cool. So the reason why I was searching eBay for a GT350R replica is because I am in the process of finding one for one of my VIP clients. And, I've been looking all over the country, even in Europe. There's actually one in Amsterdam right now that we're in discussions with. So he wants to add a real GT350R to his collection. So the last couple of months, it's been really fun. It's been on my radar. I'm constantly looking at them. That's why I'm reading them. I have it in my showroom here. I have a whole book, and the whole section is open to the GT350R and the racing history and everything else. I mean, this is really cool. Look at this. Page 67 is the S6 wire car, okay? Rick Kopech, and it's got a story about this. And here's, oh my God, this is so freaking cool. It actually has a picture of him with his original car. So guys, just want to show you this. Okay, this is the die-cast model that this guy, Bruce Kramer off eBay, sent me. This is so freaking cool. Oh my God. So as I'm looking at all of these, I've owned a bunch of GT350s growing up. I had a 65 to 66, and they were cool cars, and they really weren't worth much back then. So they were just, total junk buckets. But I had my radar on one as well. Not an R. I have my radar on an original GT350. I'm going back and forth between the 65 with the blue Wimbledon white with the Guardsman blue stripes or a 66 Hertz car. But the Hertz car that I'm looking at was originally an automatic. Now it's converted to a 4-speed top loader. So I'm not really sure investment-wise. I mean, I'm going back and forth with the private owner that has that car, and we're trying to see if we put a deal together. And maybe in a week or two, I'll shoot out to PA and I'll go inspect that car myself and see if it's really worth, you know, it's well over 100 grand. But to me, it's an investment. I invest my money in cars. You know, I don't do stocks and bonds and all that crap. I just invest it in intangible stuff. I mean, some people buy art. Some people buy, you know, Bitcoin or whatever. I mean, it's totally up to you. But I enjoy cars, specialty cars, vintage cars. I mean, that's a huge passion of mine. It's a huge part of my life. And I don't think I could ever go too long without having a specialty cars or multiple cars like, you know, this in my life. So being that I've been around it for, you know, the last couple of months searching for one of my clients, and he's got a pretty hefty budget, and he was bidding on the GT350R at Barrett-Jackson back in January, and his maximum bid was, I think, 900 grand. And I think the seller of the car, the consignor, he's looking for like 1.3 million. I think that's a little steep, but apparently it's got a lot of race pedigree and all of that. But I just think the market maybe won't dictate that. And I've been trying to advise my client, if you're going to spend really over $1 million, I think maybe you should take that money and buy an original Shelby Cobra 427. Personally, that's what I would do. I think it's a better investment. And, you know, I might do some videos on that in the future as far as collector car investing and everything else, because there's a lot of cars that I feel are very safe investments, and then there's some of them that are total disaster investments that you really shouldn't get involved in or go near, no matter how much you may love the car or had a history of it when you were growing up. You know, sometimes it's like throwing bad money at good money. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's pretty much where we're at, man. I mean, this is really cool. I got two replica GT350R's sitting on my my Ferrari table at work. And like I said, you guys can see here, I'll show you some more cool stuff that I got. And I'm going to do a video on Carroll Shelby and stuff like that, because, you know, this is an amazing documentary, The 24-Hour War. If you guys never seen it, you could get this for free. If you're a Prime member on Amazon, you got to watch this. Incredible history. And this is Speed Merchants of Venice. This is put together by a guy named Michael Holmes in California. And this just gives you some really cool footage of the Shelby racing team, you know, building the cars and just everything else from the Daytona Coupe to the GT40. So just really, really cool stuff. You know, I'm a diehard car guy. I'm an enthusiast. I'm a collector. I mean, I eat, breathe, and sleep cars. That's just what I do. This is my #1 passion, and it always has and always will be. This is just a really cool day, and I just want to share it with you guys, a quick unboxing of these really cool, you know, die-cast GT350R's, and hopefully one day soon, I will be doing some videos of a GT350 real car that I acquire, you know, maybe in the coming months or in the coming years. We don't know yet, because I'm really particular as far as what I want and what I'm looking for. And a lot of the cars that are out there, they've been raced, they've been trashed, they have rust, and a lot of them had very, very bad restorations as far as the patchwork and everything else. And that's what I'm finding now. So I'm trying to find an unmolested car, or a car that was restored to a very, very high concours standard. You know, I don't care if it had, you know, a crash or accident damage, but I want to have it done where if the quarter panel was rotted, they replaced the whole quarter panel, not 3 sections with sheet metal that was, and then they loaded up with plastic. I'm just not going to buy a car like that. I don't care, you know, who drove it, who won the race. I just don't want to have that car anywhere near me. So hope you guys like this quick video. I mean, you know, it's definitely car related. And if you guys are diehard Ford enthusiasts, whether you're Ford racing or not, I mean, even if you have a Mustang, if you guys don't know the history of Ford Motor Company and the pedigree of racing from day one and the rivalry between Ferrari, you guys have to watch that documentary, The 24-Hour War. You guys are going to love it. It's going to educate you so much in the brand. And to be honest with you, there are only 2 automotive brands. If I was to ever have a dream job, now I would always say the 2 brands that I'm most passionate about is Ferrari and Ford, and it just happens to be that both of them were rivals at one time in the 1960s with Le Mans. So I would never want to work for Ferrari. I was offered that position many years ago. I just don't want to dealing with you know, the brand. They're very, very difficult to deal with in business. But you know, the guys at Ford, I mean, they're performance guys. They race cars, they collect cars, they drag race. I mean, these are guys that I can relate to. So if I was able to have a gig where I could surround myself by people like that, man, all day long, man, that thing would be awesome. That would be like, you know, a modern interpretation of being Carroll Shelby, where you're hanging around with some amazing, talented engineers and you're doing some amazing stuff for the, you know, motorsports division. But like I said, any questions, comments, post it below. autofanatic@yahoo.com. See you guys soon, man.